People, you asked the question that how we can practice here. There are different ways. In this session, we can also do the practice. We are doing speaking practice. Moreover, there are different ways people also do practice, like using mobile apps and record their voice and then listen back and then analyze. This is one way to analyze soul. So there are different sources people use it. You can use any of one. Even you can check in the pin channels. I have shared one application link which you can download and you can record your speech and then can analyze yourself.
जी, thank you.
All right, so would you like to do practice first or would you like to take my mock test first?
I would like to mock test of you.
All right, this is today topic. I have opened it. You can let me. My screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so this is the topic. Can you start 1 minute preparation time and let me know when it is up and then I will start my practice.
Okay.
When the time will up, let me know. Okay, ma'am. What about my timer? Can you let me know how much time is left? Okay, I think ma'am got disconnected. In the meanwhile time, we can review all the previous words which we have learned so far regarding part 2 and then we will move to part 1. Let's see how many words which we have found while visiting different topics related to part 2. We started from this topic in the beginning and the topic was related to medical field. Some people said that they find difficult while describing the medical topic, so that's why I started this topic in the beginning. And let's see what is in this topic. So which type of words we found. So what type of words which we can use when it comes the topic like which is related to in the medicine domain. So we go through with this practice questions, and then we review different answers which are written for part 2 as well as follow-up questions. So we found certain words, like if we are talking about medical field, we can use different words like hospital, the place where we can get treatment. Then if we want to describe about we need medical care, we use this word and what it offers. Then we saw the words dedicated physician, like who is dedicated physician who provide treatment to different person. And then we talk about different words, health and wellness, when we go to hospital, like if we have any problem related to health and we want to maintain our wellness, so that is a reason. So the words which are highlighted in green are basically relevant to the topic. There are other words which are used in this answers, but these words are not like directly related to topic, we can use in different contexts. So then young patients, if we talk about the uh, patients, there are different kinds of patient can be a child, can be an adult, can be older, so they are referring young patients here. And we can use the word patient conditions when we describe about different problems in that context. And word plans, like treatment plans, we can use. Let's see, also provide essential support to doctors in implementing treatment plans. And then so patient care is another word. And then healthcare system, so if we talk about entire infrastructure and how it operates, that involves patient, hospital itself, the staff, doctors, so it is overall the healthcare system. And when we are answering this question, we can describe about it. It depends on type of question. So then we can also use treatment or diagnose to any medical conditions. When we are recovering, we use recovery keyword. We can also describe about emotional support that nurses can provide to any patients. So we can also describe when we talk about what doctors do for us, like they save our lives. And we can also use our saving lives. This is calculation, like how we can use two words together and how they perform in emergency cases. So emergencies is another word which we use in this context. So we also say healthcare, hospital. There is another word if we want to show variation. Healthcare sector, we can say medical problems, health related problems, we can say issues. And then we can talk about public health, illness if we have any problem. And then we can talk about injuries. So these are the injuries for which we can use, like they not only uh, save lives but also provide compassionate care, helping patients recover from illness and injuries. So these are the words which we can use in the context of this. Let's review another topic, which is book reading. What we seen in this topic, like which words we have explored while go when we went through with this topic. Literature is the word. Let's see how they use. I first met Sarah in high school, where we bonded over our mutual interest in literature. So they're discussing about the field of English, in which like books or reading in which we have same interest. So during a book club meeting, so we can talk about places, like there was one meeting in the book club. So book club meeting is another word we can use here. Extensive reading habits. So reading habits, we can use word in this context if we have, we are doing this activity every day and we have the habit. So when we're talking about something which is our habit, we can describe reading habits. So genres like which type of books we enjoy. So there are different kinds of books. We can say that genres was in this context, and we can mention like sometimes we are giving the answers and examiner asking what type of books you enjoy. And if we are the person we don't know nothing about this topic, then we will not be able to talk about what are different kinds of genres in this topic. So let's see what they are. Fantasy. Fantasy is something which is not real, historical fiction or non-fiction. So we can talk about historical fiction and non-fiction. One is which tells true stories, and another is which tells stories which are not true. We can say we are interested in novels, so this is another type of um, genre. We can also say biographies if you're interested, like if you're reading different people biographies, so you can describe about it. So what happen if you read? So some people find adventure while reading different pages of books. Some people expand their horizons and they want to escape from reality. Like they don't want to stay in the situation where they are. So if they want to escape reality, so they can study the different books and some imaginative nature. Let's see what is in this context. I think Sarah passion for reading stems from her quest for knowledge and her imaginative nature. So if you are reading stories like novels, you don't have visual elements. So you are just reading. So in that way, you can imagine some stories, what is happening in this story, what the protagonist is doing in this story or in this moment. So you can visualize all these elements in your mind. So if you have habit or like you have the nature to imagine things, you can also do while reading this book. So some people have imaginative nature, so that is also the reason they read different books. So if we go through with further questions. So next question is, do you think people of all ages need to read? So it can, let's see what is written here. Yes, reading is essential for individuals of all ages as it serves numerous developmental and cognitive functions. So everyone has a different perspective to answer the question. So if we talk about reading a perspective, like what why people read, and if different ages of people are reading, it means uh, there can be different purpose like developmental and cognitive functions. For young children, reading helps foster language skills and creativity. So sometimes we are doing different activities while reading. Some stories need to, like if there are stories with having the picture, so and we need to look into it, we can become creative while designing, like thinking about these picture, making any solution for the problem. And if there are some exercises at the end of the book, you can also solve those puzzles. So in that way we can sharp our mental, it boosts our mental sharpness, so and we can expand knowledge. So i- there's no specific thing like which age group prefer this type of reading or not, but they're asking, do you think people of all ages need to read? So it depends on how we are going to answer this question, but we can talk about which age group need to read and what the benefits they can get. So what other words we have explored? Stories, paper books, like we can talk about electronic books, physical books, hard books, because when we are answering this topic, we need to have variety of words. So we can say paper books, we can say physical books, hard copies of books, so electronic books, e-books, digital books. So we need to know different variants so that we can easily use range of synonyms for the same words instead of repeating them. So readers, the person who reads imagination, we have discussed visualize scenes, director specific interpretation. So they're making the difference between paper books and movies. So when we are reading books, they are written by the author and no one can make changes. And so when we talk about movies, although they have seen, but the interpretation are changed based on the director requirement or story. What is the story and how they are going to tell the story? So based on that, these other interpretation can be changed. The script can be changed, but this doesn't happen in the book. So if you want to read any original copies of any story of the author, you must refer to books. So this is way how we can answer. So so because drama has specific scenes and limited within time, but book doesn't have this issue. So they dive deeper into character thoughts. Like character is deeply explained in different parts of the book. So next is which type of books are country. So when we don't know anything about it and we are not person who is keen to read different books, so we know different type of genres which we can describe. So books can be different kinds like self-help fiction, biographies, famous narrative types, famous personalities, because books are also written on famous personalities. So these can be different kinds of book. We can talk about anyone which is popular, even if it is not, we can name them because we need to answer the question. Fiction genres such as mythology based novels, and what is the benefit of if you are reading mythology based novel? Those authored by Amish have garnered a significant readership. So this is another word we can use, the word readership. So in the same context, there are different things which we can describe about. If we So what we say, what is the meaning of readership? Anyone who would like to describe? Want to explain? Anyone? Okay, readership means if you are reading different books, so this is called basically readership. So these can enhance our readership. Like if you are particularly like you are reading some regularly some content, some magazines, so they are saying that it can garner your leadership skills. Garner mean anyone who would like to describe? Means you can collect a vast amount of information if you're preparing it. So, and we can talk about textbooks, why people are doing reading. There are different purpose. Some do for work purpose, some do for fun purpose. Some are bound by the curriculum, so you need to read textbooks. Some, if you are a professional, you need to industry related articles. So this is the different words which we can describe in that context. So another each in this question, do you think parents should help their children develop the reading habit from an early age? So early age synonym can be a young age. So as I discussed, when we read, it can enhance our vocabulary related to language. We can improve our comprehension skills. Like why we should force children to read? They are different benefits. Child imagination is another. We can tell them bedtime stories so they can gain interest in this habit. So when we read, we develop some new skills. We can learn by reading. There are different ways of learning new skills. It can be by reading different materials. It can be going through online resources. It can be by watching different videos. So it is not necessary to particularly learn any skill through online resources. Even you can read books and can learn different skills which you want to gain if these are described in different books. So these are the two topics words which we have started to explore in previous classes. Anyone has any question? Am I audible? Okay. Ma'am Aksa, am I audible to you? Hello. Ma'am Aksa, can you confirm my voice is audible? All right. I was going through the different words which we have learned. If you want to start practice, we can do practice. Ma'am, would you like to do practice? I would let's move to the next topic, which we have gone through in previous classes. And in one month, in which we have discussed about favorite food, which is like the favorite food at traditional festival or special event in your country. So we need to describe about our favorite food in any special event, or it can be a traditional festival. So how they answer this question, let's see. One of my favorite foods associated with traditional festivals in my country is biryani. So they took the food biryani, a fragrant because it has smell, flavorful rice dish, like rice dish because it is made from both chicken and rice, but flavorful rice dish they ask it, but it's still it has the addition of meat in it. So but particularly they said fragrant and flavorful rice dish. I particularly enjoy it during Eid, a significant celebration that marks the end of the Ramadan. So they took the event like festival of Eid. So you can take any festival to describe or answer this question. So when they talk about when it is taken, like it is held at the end of the Ramadan. So they ask both the food and festival, so that's why they are describing those different things. So how when you, because you have to speak for 2 minutes, so you need to go further to describe about different things. Like you can describe about what process involves like layering marinated meat such as chicken or mutton. So mutton is one type of animal, and it is there are two types of animal. One is beef, and another one is mutton, and both are taken from animals, but varies from which animal they are taken. So, so what we need to do, we need to layer the marinated meat. It means we need to put into between the rice. Like you need to put some rice while making, while you are in the final stages. Then you need to put some meat, and then you need to put some rice. So this is called layering. So in partially cooked basmati rice and then slow cooking. So we know we don't need to cook the rice entirely. We need to have some, like they should be half boiled. So that is the reason they said partially cooked rice. So we can say half boiled, slow cooking, and then we need to when we are in the final process, we need to make it in slow cooking. So mixture with an array of aromatic spices, including a saffron, cardamom, and cloves. These are the name of different spices, so we can add it. So they have smell, so that's why they are using aromatic spices. This is the word which we can use when we are talking about which type of spices, because when you are using two words accurately, it also play a role in band like collocation. And and then they talk about what involves in it, and then now they are talking about preparation. So it's a elaborate process, like it requires time and patience, and then uh, what we need to do, the marinated meat is cooked until tender, like meat becomes soft, like it is completely boiled, like fried. So we need to with the rice to allow the flavors to melt together beautifully, and then we can serve with a yogurt based side, like which is called raita in our language. And when we describe about in this language, we would say yogurt based side. So then they talk about in the conclusion part, like it has a rich taste. We cooked it in during different festivities, and it has fragrant. It has smell, because you will say when you put biryani masala in it, you can smell all the fragrant which is passing through in different parts of the house. So and then we can anticipate, like this dish is on the cooking. So like this dish is being cooked when we hear and when we smell the fragrance. So anticipation means you can predict in advance. So let's see what are the remaining words. So we can talk about food. If you want to describe the word food, you can say meal. This is the variance synonym. So we can say meal times. We can use, like we can say dining table, meal times, when you are eating at the dining table. So these are the words which we can talk about. Big meal, a tradition or big event. So why do people like to have a big meal? So big meal was we can use large meal, and when we have a gathering such as means of celebration and communal bonding, like we want to make our bonding strong with different kinds of people in being a group of people. So it also holds cultural significance and tradition dishes. So we have some culture of cooking this dish, so we can describe about it. So so they're asking, people prefer to buy vegetables from shop or at home. So how we can answer this question depends on that. We have certain reasons to while answering this question. Like we can say vegetables grown at home have some benefits, like they are fresher, they are superior flavor, because we provide clean water, we provide proper protection, and we care a lot. And that's the reason we can say vegetables grown at home. We can say home cultivation, and we don't use too much pesticides and chemicals on it, because we have greater control, because we are carrying them. And if they have some kinds of, we can separate that part of. But when you are doing at a large um, scale, then you can't handle, so you need to provide chemicals, pesticides, so uh, those vegetables will not spoil. Because if you are growing in a large quantity, you can't look after different vegetables if you're growing in different fields, because it is difficult to manage, either they have pesticides or not. So healthier produce, so they are healthier produce, because definitely if you are preferring to buy fresh foods, they are healthier produce, like they are free from pesticides, chemical, they are freshly grown, like you can instantly get whenever you need. You don't need to uh, mm, wait, like sometime vegetables or fruits which you bought from supermarkets are rotten, so and they are very expensive, and when you even you um throw them, it will be waste of money. So these are the different reasons. And even some people do for gardening purpose, like they have interest. So what plants can people grow in a city? So in urban environments, like when we describe our cities, we can use some word urban environments. So it requires minimal space, because in cities we don't have enough space. Like we can say what type of herbs we can grow. Mint is which is used every day in our traditions. We throw it in different prepared foods, and we can also use in different ways. And some people would like to grow, like when you are doing indoor plants we can also use this words. And container gardening, like if you are putting or growing anything in specific containers. Cultivating greenery, home gardening, so people do at home. And what if you're doing indoor plants, like it can contribute to greener living environment, so we'll find green environment, greenery in your hou- house. So this is what everyone wants. So let's see what we quickly go through different topics. What words we have found while discussing this topic. We found most enjoyable artist words which we can use. Best friend birthday celebration words we can use. Vibrant rooftop venue. Many people are organizing party on rooftop venue, so they have dedicated for this purpose. Then gathering words we can use in this context. We can say towards drawing close friends. We can say themed party. So here there are they use different words in this book. So we can just go through we can go through different words so that we can revise all those words which we have learned in the which we have learned in previous classes. So I was here theme party. Okay, theme party is basically which have specific focus of dress or any decoration. Colorful decorations we can talk about less fully cocktail, fruity cocktails. So okay, revolving around the concept of a tropical paradise complete with colorful decorations, these and fruity cocktails. So these can be different kinds of things that comes in decoration part, but you need to use these words in your daily routine so that you can use it correctly. Okay, so let's move. I think heartful moments. So this is the words which we can describe when we talk about our feelings. So let's see the meaning. What are unique? So they're asking about differences between organizing party at home and public places. So you can have privacy if you're doing at your home, and you can personalize the environment. You can do whatever you want, and you can decorate your home according to your choices. But sometimes we are bound to external spaces. We need to do specific things. Some things are we are not allowed to do effort, so cooking and cleaning, so we don't need to perform cooking and cleaning if you are organizing outside public venue. Which venues we can discuss in this if the question occurs and we don't know what. Restaurant, club provides space, like host someone who is organizing the party celebration choice. So politely we can talk about in the way when we're talking about if parties creating any disturbance. So you can use the word politely. You can say that you can make a request someone to lower the noises so that nobody will be disturbed by the parties. So lower the volume is the word which we can use. Earplug. So we can say that you can use earplugs so that nobody is disturbed. So energetic atmosphere, like breathing music and a must at a party because it provides energetic atmosphere for attendees, the one who is participating. We can say participant, we can use synonym attendees. We can relax by using these different additions. It provides sense of connections. So quieter gatherings, conversation. So there are different people. Some people like to have such type of energetic atmosphere, and some want to have quieter gatherings. They are not much happier if such things are organized. So overall lifestyle are less healthy than those who often attend parties. So we can don't say some people will be less healthy if they are going if they are not preferring to go different events. Overall lifestyle and habits. So if you are constantly going like in these party, what happens is engaging frequently social activities. It also have positive impact on mental health. but sometimes we can lead to adopt unhealthy behaviors such as poor sleep. Like if you are returning back late at night, so uh, we sometimes become overindulgence in alcohol. So this is also detrimental for our health. So large crowds we can talk about. There are a lot of people, and some people don't like to have in large crowds or noisy environments, and but some people would like to have social gatherings. So it varies from one person to another person. Some people would like to have loud music, so this is another word which we can use. If anyone has question, you may ask, then I can move further. Let quickly go through the remaining words because we haven't much done. So what first we can talk about local cinema, which is in our area. Historical dramas film centered around like the life of like how what is the story like in which particular character or thing or theme the story is revolving around. So we can say centered around more dilemmas. So we can use blend of suspenses, ethical questions. These are the words which we can use while describing this topic. We can say powerful performances. If we are too much good, we can use this less common word. Lead role when we talk about the protagonist in any movie or film. We can say it was an ideal choice. Cinematic experience. This is another word which we can use. So when we talk about screens, so we can say that in a cinema you can see large screens, high quality sound system. Viewing experience is like overall better. They have shared space. We can say advanced formats such as IMAX 3D because they have visual large screen. You can nowadays they are adopting 3D visuals, so these are also part of these displaying. So we can also use they have visual and audio elements. Like if we talk about radio, it is just voice based. It doesn't have any visuals. Like don't have pictures. So this is the experience which cinema provides us. So we can box office sales. This is the part where the tickets are sales for those venues for those purposes. So we call it box office sale. Com- a compelling story we can say that is attracting. We can say cast, innovative director, strong performance. So these all are all the words which we can use. Debut directors which are new in this field. We call it debut directors, filmmaker. We can also say filmmaker word who is making film industry fame. These are all the words which we can use in this context. So domestic films, we can say Bollywood productions, the word which we can use. Regional films like domestic is both are synonyms of each other. Audiences, viewers, words we can use. Relatable story, original, like we can talk about skilled director, visual narrative, the one skilled director who can effectively translate the script into a visual narrative. So script is basically where the story is written and when it is put into the TV, like this is basically visual narrative when we're showing the story with the images, picture, and characters. So, what words we can use while describing this topic? This was yesterday topic, and we didn't get much time to highlight. I done it later on after the class, so you can see what are the words. Exceptional craftsmanship. So we can use it's another part of speech for the same words craft. So we can make the words like this craftsman ship. As we discussed before, leadership. Now we are discussing about crops mentioned. No, when such words are added, how we can understand those words? Like we can use different parts of speech for the same words like craft, crafting, craftsmanship. In that way, what will happen if we are not have the words to describe about it in the real exam? We can change our words in that way, so it will help us to show variation in our words. So it is a good thing to use in that context, like use different forms of the same word if you don't know different words. Yesterday we found this topic difficult, like people were saying they don't know about this, so they were finding difficult while describing. So I would say if you don't know nothing about any topic, so it means you will find difficult to um you will find difficult to get a lot of synonyms for that word. So one way is we can use different part of speech like a craft, crafting, craftsmanship. Like it is a skill, like handmade skill in which, so you can talk about craftsmanship is basically the things which are made. It's a skill that in which involves the process of hand making. Like you need to use hand to make things. So one person who stands out for her exceptional craftsmanship is my grandmother. So what other was intricate quilts and beautiful handcrafters. So what is the quilt's meaning here? Anyone who would like to describe the meaning of this one? Anyone? So this is all. It's a type of fabric. It doesn't have difficult meaning, so we need to know meaning because so that we can exactly use beautifully handcrafted. So this is also the different form of craft, handcrafted we can use. We can talk about design and details, not only functions. We can talk about patterns. Some dresses have the same patterns of decoration, so when we're talking about, we know these words so that we can describe it easily. So let's see further. Things by hand, we can say that things by hand, heritage, immense joy. Each piece creates wholeness, personal significance. So it is also a form of meditation because you can relax yourself. Artistry is the word we can use. Handmade creations, things by hand, crafts, creating things by hand. So these are the different words which we can use in this context. Mass-produced items, item products, we can use these words which are interchangeable in different contexts, but we need patience because it is time consuming process. 3D printing is very common nowadays. Many handcraft industry by enabling artists to create more innovative designs. For instance, 3D printing provides a creative precision. So we need to bring innovation so that people will buy our products instead of ignoring them. Because this is a time of technology, many people would like to prefer machine made product instead of these. So we need to bring something different so that people show interest. Wider market access, artisans, global audience, like we can reach a global audience of the world, creations, online platform. These are how we can technology help us so we can increase our potential sales. So but creation things by hand, we can say that how different words we can use in the context of hand. We can say hand things by hand, handmade things. We can say products which are made by hand. We learn handmade items, handmade creations. So these are all the words which we can use in this context. Handmade items, produce goods, tradition, handcrafts, region. This is a type of embroidery. Vibrant colors, they have patterns. Okay, which type of pattern we have? We can say that floral patterns because they have on many. clothes if we see in our country, and some have also embroidery. So we can also talk about which type of material they are made, like we can say leather. So we need to know these words to describe about our in our answer. If we know which type of this cloth is, we know the word and this language while giving our answer. Imagination, accomplishment, motor skills. So okay, how these things like can develop fine motor skill, enhance hand-eye coordination, because you need to focus on as well as you need to uh, work with hands, so it can increase your hand-eye coordination. So crafting project really outsources the pride and accomplishment if you are doing it. So these are the different words which we can learn, like how we can talk about different ideas, like what we can describe about, and which words we can use as a synonym for the word which is used in the topic. So we were not able to do this in the yesterday class. So I show these are the different words which are relevant to topic and we can use it. We skipped the easy topic because we know like this topic is very easy. Everyone can easily describe like online video. Nowadays everyone watch online video, so you can easily talk about this topic. And we know have a lot of information to describe about. So we just go through the topics which seems initially difficult and people lack ideas or words to describe their topic. So that is the reason we are exploring not we're exploring just chosen topics instead of all ones, because there are many topics. And still if you find some topic difficult which we are not going through in the class, you can do it yourself. The book is shared in the search channel. This was a topic which we have done crowded place. So what words we can say? Most crowded place, famous local market. Any crowded place you have yesterday describe about the local market. So people flock is another word which we can use for crowded place. Like there are group of people there, so we call it people flow. So bustling with activity, like there were many activities going vibrant market. Like vibrant is something which is lively. There are many activities are going on there. When what advertising, like either they're using mouth advertising or banner, whatever, the atmosphere was electric, like everyone was either laughing, chattering, or whatever they were doing. So local culture, like if you're going, if you are visiting any public place and it is the one which is in your home, so you can talk about local culture or community life. You can have live interactions with people. If you are going any crowded place, you can say vibe energy, crowded places. So they're asking about what, like it is a good trend to have big cities. So what are the benefits? We have wealth, job opportunities, superior education, soaring, but they have living costs high, so we can say soaring living costs. Uh, they are asking about uh, who enjoy crowded places, who enjoy. So there are some people who enjoy it, but on the other hand, there are also people who like quieter settings. They don't want to be in crowded places. So why we go to such places? We have different purpose. Either we go there for entertainment, shopping, social engagement. Either we're going there for shopping, we're buying any fruits or vegetable. We are there. So these can be different purpose. So even we can have popular tourist sites, we can go there. So there can be many purposes behind visiting any crowded place. And as a hub of social, like you can socialize economic interactions. So these are the words which we can use. So urban presence, the people who are living in city. So traffic congestion problem, environmental pollutions. So they're asking adopt cycling as a mode of transportation as city face escalating traffic congestions and environmental pollutions. So bicycles are a vibrant solution because they don't pollute environment. They take less space as a result. Um, traffic congestion's problems can be avoided in bikes like cycling are good also for our health. So I would say, so these are the different words like cycling initiatives, bike lanes, urban areas. So these are the words which we can use in that context. So we have reviewed all the words which we have learned in the previous classes. From the next class, we will move to the next topic. If anyone has question, you may ask. Otherwise, we do not have enough time for this session. There are so many topics in this book. The topics which you want to go through, you can randomly jump in. There's no specific rules like which topic you find difficult and you think you will lack ideas or words. You can go through different topics. So I would say it is not necessary to go through all the topics. If you have time, you can go through. But if you don't have time, you can at least go through those topics which you find difficulty. So every person might have different difficult topics. Like if you are belong to computer science field, then you will not find describe any answers related to in this area. But if your field is not history and you don't have interest, you might find difficulty to describe what's in this field. So I would say you can go through different topics and all are available in this book. So it is good. If anyone has a last question, you may ask. Okay, if no one has question, we can call it a day. Thank you all who contributed. Thank you all for joining this session. I hope so you learned something new. Let's call it a day. We will continue our session in the next week, Monday morning, Monday noon. Allah Hafiz.